Hello everyone, Onerous here with another episode of Let's Learn Factorio Together. Alright, last episode we got two big stacks of iron and got our copper relatively okay. So this episode we're just going to start off by planning out a bit of a bus. Alright, we want it running down here, we want to have a bit of space, and then we will start. So 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, and we'll pop another one here, and then what we also want, we'll just create one of those. Where did he go? And I like to leave a little bit of space. Okay. So if you're not familiar with the idea of a bus, it's just a whole lot of resources running up and down your base. And I just saw... Okay. It's a whole lot of resources running down your base. And of course it's the wrong way. Now the reason why we do 4 wide is not any particular throughput issue, but what it actually is undergrounds. So a yellow underground only goes across 4 spaces. So by having 4 wide, we can actually run something right across there with undergrounds and not have any problems. And so by having the 2 in between there, we can start and stop an underground. We can also split things off quite easily, and then there's room for underground to go past like that. So that's the basis behind 4 wide lanes with 2 in between. A lot of people don't worry about pipes. I like to include it because I've been burnt before. Okay, so what we're going to do is just quickly jump into map mode because it's a bit easier to move around. Alright, let's get that. Run it up here. Okay, so that's where we want sort of 4 this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then another gap of 2. So this is just allowing for some of our other resources to actually get onto the bus. Alright, let's jump out of map mode. Okay, so we want to have a couple more stacks here. We can just quickly see how wide those need to be. We could push them right up against each other, but I like to leave a little bit of space. Okay, that's probably what we're looking at. So we got 4 stacks. So this one will go up to here. Okay. And let's run him across. Okay, this will be our first guy on the bus. Now we'll run him on the inside. At some point we'll probably change it over. But for now it's just easier to take things off the edge of the bus. And that's honestly, for now, going to be enough space. Alright. So that's those 4. This one will go in on the next tier. So let's do that. Alright, get a wrap on there. Oh, get out of the way, bugger. There we go. Running along, laying down some track. Okay, we want this one to go down here, adjacent to our previous belts. Let's go grab some more belts. That's right. So, we'll have 2 lanes of iron, and those will keep for another lot of iron, and then we'll have these 4 as copper. We might throw in just a little bit of a balancer here. That'll get both those lanes going evenly, because this one's obviously not going to be full while we've still got this going. Alright, and we'll get copper going. So we will need to pop a splitter here. And again, we're kind of like a little bit stuffed up by how we set this up in the first place, but that's okay. We'll work around it. That is the joy of kind of going for an organised base, but at the same time not being particularly organised. We will move all this science will get moved over to hanging off the bus at some point, because we're going to need better science and more resources for that better science. Alright, so this is going on the second bus, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and theoretically this should match up. Be very annoying if it doesn't. Go, yes, perfect. Alright, so we've got our 1 lane of copper, and we've got 2 lanes of iron up and running. With future we'll put 2 more iron, another copper, and another copper, but we really need to find some more resources, because as you can see we've pretty much tapped out this iron patch here. So we'll come across that later. At the moment our 2 lanes of iron is going to be enough. We'll definitely need another lane of copper once we start doing green circuits, because green circuits is probably our next thing that we want to build, and it's going to start really stopping us getting anywhere as far as copper goes. Alright, now I'm just trying to think what we actually want. I can't actually do anything, so let's just get research speed, because that will help us down the track. As you can see, we haven't been researching for a while because all our science is heavily backed up. Okay, so we have iron plates and copper on the bus. What we want to think about now, do we want to put iron gears on the bus? I'm going to say no. Now, the idea behind a bus is you want to move resources that, like your main resources, and any resource that takes more resources to build than it does to move. And so iron gears actually take 2 iron plates to make. So by running a bus of iron gears, you're actually sort of, if you think about it, you're doubling the throughput of iron plate. Because instead of having to move 2 pieces of iron plate, you only have to move 1 piece of gears. But then gears aren't used in everything, so it's a bit of a trade-off. Now, while we're thinking about this, let's just pop down a couple of defenses just to there we go, just while we're getting ready. Okay, first things first, we want green circuits. Now green circuits take iron plate and copper. We've got water over here. That's very interesting. I'm actually going to go for a bit of a jog. We might be able to sort of fence off that whole area up here, and then maybe see what's happening down here. Oh, we're being attacked. Run away. We might be able to fence off that whole area up there and get some proper defenses going, which would actually be pretty nice. Bugger. They got a few things. Alright. We'll just rebuild what we need. Alright, that. Do we lose much of that? We did. Did we lose any of that? Nope. Alright. Yeah, so let's... Okay, we're pretty good with industry, I think, at the moment. So maybe we should think about expanding. We've got our iron plate going, which means we can start mass producing some ammunition, and feeding some kind of belt up here. So what we actually want to think about then is walls. We haven't got any stone automated, so let's jump on that. That's probably going to be enough of those, but we'll get another 5 built. Here is our stone. What we will do is pop down a couple of miners. Let me think about what we want to do here. Alright, yeah, let's pop down a couple of miners. That's a little bit annoying, but stone's not the most needed resource. Okay, let's just get that, because we'll need that. But we don't have the resources to support red belts just yet. Let's get some power over here. Maybe off you. Alright, oh, that's really annoying. Can we feed it? Oh, look at that. Well, like I said, not an issue, because we don't need... We'll cross that bridge if we come to it. Actually, let's... So what we want is, we've got enough stone being sort there. Let's split that off, refix that, and then we will get half a lane of this. That's an annoying side of the lane, but that's alright, we'll sort it out. Alright. And half a lane of that. Okay. And we will start making some stone bricks, and 8 should be enough. Stone bricks and some walls. I'm pretty sure I've researched walls. Yeah, we've got gates, which means we've got walls. Alright. Let's get this guy's going. And then we want these stone bricks out, and we'll start making walls. Now with walls is what we can use to obviously defend against the old bites. And oops, we need some assemblers. I always forget that. Alright, let's just do 2 assemblers and some more assemblers. Yes, so with our assemblers we can start making walls. So they need 5. We're not going to be too worried about ratios at the moment, okay? Because let's see. Doesn't actually say how long it takes a stone brick to be made. What if I pick one up? Does it say when in the inventory? Let's check. No. All right. We'll just assume this will be fine, because honestly we don't need a ton of walls up front, but it's just sort of nice to have at this point. Alright, walls. Shift right click, shift left click, and then let's pop these in a chest. Yeah, let's think about what we want to do. We just want one chest. I don't really want a heap of chests. Let's pop you there and have a chest here. Enough space around here so it's not an issue. Alright, that's too many. Of course you're outside the power pole region, naturally. Alright, there we go. That's a little bit nicer. Copy that over and into the chest you go. Alright, we want probably, say, 400 walls. What's wrong with you? You're the wrong way. And we'll also have chests getting stone bricks. So stone bricks are used to make path. As I hovered it over before, you see on there tooltip walking speed 130%. By default you get that sort of size, 4x4. If you hit the plus on the numpad, you can actually make that bigger, and minus makes it smaller. That kind of size is fairly good, and as you can see, you get a little bit of a speed boost on there. Alright, so we'll get a row of those. and hopefully we start using these up. Probably should get some blue inserters. We've got a couple for these feed-ins, and just make sure we're actually producing from these. Alright. So they'll take what they need, and once we actually fill this up with walls, the rest will go in there and start building up, which is great. Alright, so we can leave that going now. Okay, now we have turrets being produced over here, yes, excellent, and ammunition. Let's see how much ammo have we got in there. 400, I'll pick that up. I'll get 50 turrets because we want to make more of that. Now, what we want to think about is some ammunition production to actually feed our defenses. So we want to save this area. I was going to say we'll just build it here, but that's going to be classic spaghetti. We actually want to save that area for more foundries in the future. So what we'll do is we'll start it over here. Let's get our iron across. Alright, so our first feed off the bus, yay. And what we want to do is get this running across. We've got enough space, we'll just do that. Doot, doot. Alright, let's get some undergrounds. Going to need to start making more of these. So this is where we are now providing enough space. Oh, we're actually out. Okay. Let's just start doing some meaningless research. We do have space for the pipes, but we don't actually really need to worry too much about undergrounding past pipes, because most of these pipes will be run through the underground pipes. Pipe to ground, which gives us a fair bit of space to work with. Alright, so here we want to be producing ammo, and all ammo takes is iron plates. So let's get a stack of these going. Make sure we're leaving enough space. Alright, how many did I just pop down? 8. 8 seems like a nice number at this point. And then an output. And we're going to have to start running power. So let's just get those going while we... okay, we actually want blue inserters for the input, because we need... If we have a look here, we may need 4 iron plates a second. And obviously we're not going to get that with a yellow inserter, which is 1 a second. Even blue inserters, we actually need 2 to fully supply. I don't think we are that desperate, because at this point it's going to take a while to get it going. So let's just keep the random research going. Let's get our blueies. Let's actually pop them there, and get our power poles and pop them there. Okay, so we've got some blueies there, and these of course we need to set. Shift left, shift right click, shift left click. Okay, now we will run some power. Of course, here we need to make sure that we are not stuffing up anything there. Alright. That's... I just saw the blue there, but that's actually not powered, of course. So we'll try and avoid our smelting stacks and bring our power down here. Alright, looks like we've got some damage, never lines up. Let's quickly make sure we're not totally losing our coal supply, which would be disastrous, because obviously coal is power at this point of the game. And yeah, looks like they've done some damage. Oh my goodness. Alright, this could be endgame, boys. Looks like we were too late on building up our defenses. So there we have it, our first death. We can try and continue. There's a lot of biters. Let's just see how we go if we continue. So we took too long getting the industry essentially, and what that meant was that our defences were lacking. And like if we look at the pollution, we can see these guys here have been under pollution for a while, and we'll just take this as some good learnings, and we will be quicker in the future. Alright, let's try and peel some of these guys off. But I think we're fighting a bit of a losing battle here. Almost out of ammo. Alright, let's quickly, well, we might be able to bring it back. Let's not be too defeatist. Let's go up, see if we can get some ammunition. Nothing in those, alright. Oh, we need some copper plate. Alright, let's make an SMG, let's make some more ammo. Let's pick up the ammo that we have lying around here. Alright, let's pop down some... No, we don't. Should pick up some turrets. We can have a lot of rebuilding to go here, so... let's pop these down. Not good timing. Let's get some ammo in there. And let's pop that across. Okay. Let's get this ammo back. Okay, here we go. Okay, we can start cleaning these guys up. I think that's the lot of them. But boy, did they do some damage. Alright. What is up with this? Does that not work because it's damaged? Is there still damage going on? Alright. Oh, we don't have any belts, that's why. Okay. Whew, let's find our body. We died over here somewhere, didn't we? Is that us? Looks like it. Alright. Alright, we are back. We've got some stuff. Okay. Let us rebuild. We're gonna need more miners. Oh boy. Man, they did a number here, didn't they? Alrighty. There's that. Still building those up. Okay, let's get all of this back up going. Alright, so yeah, looks like defences are going to be our key priority at this point. Yeah, we are going to need these up here. Alright, let's get this coal back up and running because we do need coal. Oh dear. Alright. Defense time. Meanwhile, we've got attacks up the top as well. Oh. Really need to sort this coal out though, otherwise we are going to have no power. Okay, so now that we've got those, let's quickly see what we're actually losing up here. We don't actually have a... We don't actually have a radar up there. Oh boy. Alright. Yeah, we've lost a lot. Okay, we're gonna restart, I think. We had a really decent run. We're at the end of the recording. I think we've learned something from that, and because failure is just an opportunity to learn. So we were too focused on our industry. We took too long getting these stacks up, and we didn't focus enough on our military. We might start another one. We'll go with similar settings. I might actually think about pumping up some of the resource settings, and we will kick off a new game, same series, because we're learning together, and what we need to remember is just be a bit quicker. I reckon once we get one stack of the iron going and a stack of the copper going, then we really need to think about getting straight into some expansion, keeping an eye on the pollution levels and that kind of thing. Because like this kind of level of biters, we need a lot more defenses. Definitely need walls for them to chew on before they get into all our equipment. Alright, so thanks for watching this episode of our base's downfall, and we will come back stronger. And yeah, if you've got any more ideas on how we can avoid this in the future, I'd love to hear them. Just drop a line in the comments below. Thanks.